Kid. Oh, it's the kid. 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 It's your boy here. Double H, half to the hope. Bear with me. I need to plug in my flipping mic, man. What up, dogs? What up? It's the kid. 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 Bear with me. There we go. Let's get that plugged in. Guys, I hope you're having a splendid Friday night. I hope you're doing great. Hope you are cool. Hope you're healthy. Hope you're minty. Much better, much better. Guys, it's the kid, it's your boy, it's your boy Double H, half hope. Hope we're gonna have a great thing. Yo, your boy Nassim from What Up Baby, What Up long time member in there. So this is going to be a show about Labille. We're going to talk about the latest transfers. We're going to react to what has been a very eventful Afcon day. We're going to look ahead to the other Afcon games. We're going to talk about a few other things. And yes, thank you for actually bringing that up. Griezmann, some very interesting developments there as well. So I thought that because we've got such a long day to go, got my favorite peanuts out here, best peanuts ever invented, and you asked for it, you wanted it. Tell Supermalt to cut the flipping check. Your boy without Supermalt. Let's take a swig. Yo! Nowitzki, man. $5 super chat, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Nowitzki. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for helping the half boy. Guys, I try and do it for the love, man. Again, thank you very much for your support and so forth. Much obliged, much obliged. I am here just to give you that reel. I've been giving you that reel since 2010, and I hope to God, hopefully I can keep giving you that reel. Nowitzki, thank you very much. The kid is here to provide that realistic kind of thing. So, let's just get ourselves settled first because stuff needs to be talked about, and I think we need to have a few truth bombs. I mean, Labille, Griezmann, and everything, it's quite detailed what we need to talk about, and I think I'm going to give it to you real. Oh, whoa. Your boy Josh. Josh, man. Much obliged, man. Thank you so much, man. 1999 from your boy Josh, man. Bro, thank you, Josh. I'm gonna talk about Morocco. I am so I think there are 30 something episodes in the Death Note thing. I am on episode 15. It's a long way to go, but bear with me. This weekend, I should finish it. So what I'm going to do, I'm in the office this weekend, but I normally have a 2 or 3 hour sort of gap. So I'm on a correspondence duty. So I'm not a program editor this weekend. So because I'm on correspondence duty, after I do my early show, I've got about a 3 or 4 hour gap where I just write a few stories. Then I'm going to knuckle down and hit it. I don't know. There are 50 to 40 episodes. And the thing about Death Note is it's subtitles. You cannot miss a beat. Because I've tried to watch it while eating. It's impossible. The moment you put your head down, you miss so much. And literally, every single scene is important because it's packed with so much information. It is so intricate. Like, it is so flipping smart and everything. You have to be switched on fully for the whole thing. So, bear with me because I've got a lot of things to do. But trust me, latest middle of next week, I'm going to do a full review of that. And then I'm going to get on to the next shebang. So don't worry, man. Bear with me. So, bear with me. And I am going to do my Liverpool post-match. Trust me. I think that is unprofessional. Yes, I thought the match was crap. It was boring. But I always do the channel and everything to do an official Liverpool post-match Champions League analysis, which I never fully did. I did a hangout thing, but I never did a fully post-match analysis. So bear with me. I've got a lot of things to go through, but I will try and definitely do that. So guys, let's just get right down to this right now. So let me get myself in order here. All right. Yo, Josh Bourne. Thank you again for the super chat, man. For the kid. Josh, thank you, bro. Don't worry, Josh, man. I will do you good, man. Don't worry. I'm gonna get that anime review. So let's get down to it. Let me. Mino Raiola, everyone's favorite agent. So I saw basically. First of all, I saw hashtag Pogba trending, and I saw Raiola trending. Now, let me get this off the bat right now. I think that Raiola is a prick. And the reason why I think Raiola is a prick is because, as an agent, he gets himself involved in situations he shouldn't be getting himself involved in. That's why I think he's a prick. You're an agent. You're not a player. You're not a celebrity. No one cares about you. Put yourself to one side. But a situation has arisen where Pogba has, Raiola has said that Pogba has told him he wants to leave Man United. So Raiola came out and said he is trying to do everything he's trying to engineer a path for Pogba to leave Man United. So, what's the problem? Because trust me, Raiola has done many things where I've said, no, this guy's being a prick. Many things where this guy has been a prick. But in this instance, what's the issue here? We all know Pogba wants to leave. Okay, we'll get into the details, but we all know that Pogba wants to leave. We all know that I feel that he should leave. So Raiola is employed by Pogba. His job is to do Pogba's bidding. So if Pogba has said, I want you to help engineer a move away from Man United because it is my decision and my will and my choice to leave Man United, therefore Raiola is free to say, my client has told me he wants to leave this club. So it is my job and my duty, because he's paying me handsomely to try and find a way to get him out of this club. I have no duty to Man United. I have no duty whatsoever to Man United. They're irrelevant to me because Man United do not pay me one kobo. The bulk of my cash is coming from homeboy Labil. So he simply wants to leave. And that's where we are right now. This changes things because it's now official. It's now out there, because we were all speculating and saying, okay, perhaps he's probably wants to leave, most likely, and everything. But this has not been made official. So he's not turned up for preseason. He's under contract. You should turn up for preseason. 100%. In a perfect world, you're under contract. Get your ass to preseason. Get your ass helping people, your team out there, because that's what you should be doing under duty, to be professional. Preseason, guys, we're in 2019. This isn't 1975. It's 1985, it's not 1995. Graham Souness is not around. Graham Souness is not relevant here. So, for Pogba, in his mind, he's like, I am trying to force a move away. I feel this is what I need to do to force a move away from Juventus. So from Man United. Pogba knows that I'm still holding on to the heat of my brand. The Pogba brand is still just about relevant. Because I was following him on Instagram and I saw how he was received in China, in Japan, and in New York. People still view him big time. And even, what's it called? I was watching, again, I think I mentioned this before, the Joe Budden podcast. And I think it was more from the Joe Budden podcast who talked about the France winning the World Cup. So, and these guys don't watch football at all, but even they know of that team and they know of who Pogba is. So Pogba is if there's ever a time to leave, I need to leave now. Especially after such a bad season with Man United. And the worst thing was having such a crap season after winning the WC. You don't have a season like that. You don't come sixth in the Premier League after winning the WC. That is not what happens. So for Pogba, I mean, and look, this is just what needs to happen. It's the same thing. Look, Payet did the same thing for West Ham. Payet did the same thing for West Ham, and look what happened. Eventually, he got his freedom. He earned himself his freedom, and he left. So sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. Because what if Pogba takes the more passive approach? United don't really engage in any transfer activity, and he now finds himself somehow sitting on the bench because he has so ostracized himself from the team. United have not been able to make a deal, or have not even seen the owners to really go and make a deal. Pogba finds himself under contract, has to now sit on the bench for the next season because Solskjaer refuses to play him. That's a very bad situation. So in order to get United off their asses to try and force a transfer, you have to ruffle a few feathers. I'm not going to turn off for pre-season. I'm going to put out a statement saying I want to leave. I no longer want to be here. So right now, the situation that United have is you have to sell him. You cannot keep a player who has come out and openly said, I want to bounce. So, the next thing is this. Where does he go? There are two destinations right now. And the thing is that it's now real. With what Real has said, we are now sort of in high gear mode of where Pogba is going to be heading to. And my thing is this. Two destinations. And before we discuss the two destinations, apparently, don't know how true this is, but apparently, Real Madrid have said they want Pogba and they're willing to offload Gareth Bale in the deal. I believe we talked about that the other day, and I said for United to take that deal. Because if Juventus are only offering cash, put it this way. If United, what do you take? Do you take 90 mil for Pogba from Juventus? Or do you take 50 mil plus Gareth Bale from Real Madrid? If it's me, I'm taking 50 mil for Gareth Bale. Because, okay, let's say you take 90, let's say you take 100. What player of Bale's quality can Man United attract and buy for 100 mil? Who? I don't think there is. Because Real Madrid are just fully offering you a player that you don't even have to go out and play for. They're offering him to you. Well, the whole thing with whether Bale agrees, that's us being the wayside. So that, I think, is the most attractive deal on the table. So if I'm Man United, I would take that deal. So, but we're now talking about Pogba. If I'm Pogba, what do I do? If I'm advising Pogba, what is the best route, Juventus or Real Madrid? It's a tough one because there are strong arguments for both teams. There's strong arguments for both teams. But remember, let's say I'm advising Pogba, and the key thing is which club would you fit in best and is most likely for you to succeed in. Let's look at the managers. If we look at how Real Madrid played with Zidane for those 3 years and how you saw them play, and you look at how Sarri's system was with Chelsea and for Napoli, which team does Pogba fit in more? Guys, you should be football heads by now. If you use your footballing intuition, I think you would know that tactically, systematically, which team that Pogba would fit in better based on his playing style. because those are two drastically different systems. Two drastically different systems that you have there. Because one is very much about protection of the ball, being intricate to the pass. The other one is about attacking more forward and really being much more offensive. If it's me, I think that Pogba suits the Real Madrid setup better than the Juve setup. Now, that doesn't mean that he should go to Real Madrid, but based on what system works best for him, I would say Pogba fits our system. But where do I feel he's most likely to succeed? We've now established that his footballing style and his characteristic would fit Zizou's system better than Sarri's system. I don't think Pogba would be able to flourish under the keep the ball possession, protect the ball system, whereas for the Zidane system, it's much more attacking, throw the ball forward, really offensive, go get that goal. Where you can really unleash Pogba and he can really play a free role and really express himself individually. But the thing about this is that Pogba knows Juventus. He knows Juventus, and he is going to be coming back to Juventus a far superior player. A far better player. More experienced, more seasoned. He's coming back a World Cup winner. So, and there's always something warming about returning back home. So if I'm Labille, take everything into account. I believe he has a better chance of success with Juventus. Do you know why? Cristiano. Real Madrid don't have a striker. They don't have a striker. Like Jovic, I'm sorry, is unproven. Benzema, you know my stance on Benzema. I'm sorry, you know my stance on Jovic is unproven. If Jovic is a great striker, now that's interesting. Jovic is unproven. Hazard isn't a goal scorer. He's a facilitator. He's an all-round player. Cristiano is a goal machine. We know he's a goal machine. Pogba is a creator. Labille has been creating. So remember, Labille has not really played with a truly top goal scorer. Will you call Tevez a truly top goal scorer? Will you call Lukaku a really top goal scorer? Will you call Giroud a really top goal scorer? Not really. So I feel that a combination of Pogba and Cristiano, I think, is very enticing and very exciting. But my thing about it is, as exciting as that is, will Sarri's system allow for Pogba to ride? That's the thing. Will his system allow for Pogba to ride and allow for him to flourish? That's just something we just need to see. So that's why it's an impossible decision. But if you had to force me to choose and say, Pogba, where should you go? That Real Madrid thing, that Real Madrid product looks very exciting. Because for me, it all depends on what is in Pogba's mind. It all depends on what is on Pogba's mind. If you're truly ambitious, you truly believe in yourself, go to Real Madrid. But if you want a better chance of success, you want to go back to a place where you feel you can feel much more at home, feel better about yourself and be happy, go back to Juventus. I just hope that Sarri system works for you. But bottom line is, look, man, United, you have to sell. And for United, look, man, United is just about being real. It's about being real, but 100%, if I'm advising United fans, listen to me when I say this. Please listen to me when I say this. If Real Madrid are offering Gareth Bale plus cash, take that deal. Sanchez is a brick. You have no other attacking flanks. Martial, he's fallen. I can't even call Martial tier 3 these days. Rashford is your only striker. Lukaku wants out. So you are in need of an attacking flank man. And even if he may be injury prone, I feel that 50 mil plus Bale is a greater deal than more cash that Juventus will be offering. And what if Bale is fully fit? What if Bale is fully fit, fully hungry, and is able to deliver for United? I think that would be of greater benefit to them, to United, than a Labille. That's all I'm saying. You know? That's all I'm saying. But again, you may call me crazy, but I feel that people you're right to say that Bill may be finished. Bill is trash, he's finished his crap. I believe that he needs a rejuvenation. His career has done. The Real Madrid tenure has affected him mentally, psychologically. And I think the embarrassment he has felt in the way that he's been shunned, I think has affected him. And the only way to get through that is, bro, get the hell out of there. Alright. So, next on the agenda, shocking. Absolutely flipping shocking. Never would I have thought one of the favorites for the Afcon would go out. Never. Look at that. That is almost as bad as Higuain's. Almost as bad as Higuain's. But Benin with the victors. I think for Morocco, they only have themselves to blame. They had chance after chance after chance after chance. Yo, Fortune, what up, baby? Chance after chance after chance for Benin. And they messed up. Chance after chance for Morocco and they messed up. Ziyech had a horrible game. First of all, not only do you have a horrible game, but you double down and you miss a penalty. But Benin, they kept themselves in the game. They shouldn't have even lost that goal because that defender, who had a pretty good game, decided that he was Rio Ferdinand and he lost the ball and then Morocco equalized. But I think that's basically Benin, amazing. Truly amazing what Benin are able to do. Truly amazing what Benin are able to do here. And I just felt that this has really lifted the Afcon. This has really made the Afcon come alive. And remember, when it comes down to penalties, anything can happen. Anything goes. So I just really, really admire how Benin, who were vastly the inferior team, were able to survive and were able to come through. But for Morocco, terrible. Terrible for Morocco. I think that they had their chances, but they never played well. Too lethargic. Weren't attacking enough. And they just seemed very plain. I mean, basically, that team that I saw perform so well against Ivory Coast completely didn't come to play. And they allowed Benin to stay in the game. They allowed to stay in the game. But for Ziyech, you had a penalty, bro. You had a penalty, bro. And that was a penalty in the final minute, to not be able to put that away, I don't know what I can tell you. So for Morocco, it is bitterly disappointing. Bitterly disappointing. Because they should have won. Based on their quality, they should have won. But you have to admire Benin. And I think it's the manager, Dusaye, who was just able to keep the shape of the team, keep them in the game. And that's nothing. Whenever you're in the inferior team, is your first port of call is defense. Second port of call is defense. Third port of call is defense. Once you've covered that, then just try and take your opportunities whenever they arise. But you have to have a strong defensive backbone. So for Benin, congrats, fully great. They scored all their penalties, and also that was a fantastic save by the Benin keeper, which I just thought was amazing. Also, I think Benin actually sing the same songs that Nigeria do, so that's interesting. They did it. Senegal did it. They were not great. Senegal were not great, but they pulled through. They managed to pull through. And your boy Mane came up with a key clutch goal. Mane, you're off penalties. I don't mean to be rude, but Mane, you are off penalties. You cannot be allowed to take penalties anymore. You've enjoyed your fair share. You've missed 2 penalties now in this tournament. The third one, let it go to someone else. You can't take a penalty. Nyang Nyang should be in Siberia. I don't know what Nyang is doing in Egypt. I didn't give him permission to leave Siberia. So Nyang needs to be in flipping Siberia because Nyang is trash. Sorry. How Nyang is allowed to wear the number 9 jersey is beyond me. But I mean, with regards to the game, Uganda didn't come to play. I've got to also agree with what the commentary said. It was their worst game. They offered 0 going forward. Their keeper should have been sent off. He should have been given 2 yellows. Maybe a red card straight, but he should have been given 2 yellows. And I just felt that this is why I don't feel Senegal can win this, because Senegal should have put 2 or 3 past this team. They should have put 2 or 3 past that Ugandan side, and they were unable to. And I think with this Senegal side, they're good. They play nice football. They're missing incisiveness. They're missing that little bit of magic. They're missing that thing that could potentially make. I just don't see winners. I don't see winners. I mean, straight off the bat, I'll say to Cisse, Nyong shouldn't be starting. Nyong shouldn't be in the squad. Keita Balde should always be the main starting striker. It should be Keita Balde and Mane, who are the 2 attacking players. Nyong is trash. Nyong is a Class B brick. Nyong will retire as a brick. So, I just do not know why he keeps on insisting on playing him when this dude is trash. This dude is crap. I'm sorry, they do this crap. So, look, man, I mean, it would be cool if Senegal were to win this Nations Cup, because I'd be happy for CC. I'd be happy for Mane because I do like Mane, I definitely like him, but I've got to put sentiments aside and be real. This Senegal side they lack the bite. I feel Egypt have more electricity with them, and I think Algeria look to be like one of the best sides. I still believe that the winner is going to come out from North Africa. I don't see anything from the West African sides that give me any kind of confidence that they're going to be able to ride and really rise up and say what's up. I just don't have any belief in that they're not going to do anything. But look, man, let's see how they go. But Senegal are not winning this thing 100%. And I believe, do they play Benin next? I'm not sure whether it's Benin that they play next, but that just like the 2002 team was better than this team. Like, this team has talent. Koulibaly is great. I like Sarr. I really like Keita Balde. I think Keita Balde, I think, is a really good player. I think Keita Balde is a bona fide stalwart tier 3 player. A really good stalwart tier 3 player. You already know my views on Mane, a clear tier 2 player. But you're going to need more than that to win this competition. And I just don't think that they have that in them to come away with that win. So, disappointing for Morocco. Amazing for Benin. I love an underdog story. Uganda, very, very disappointed with how they acquitted themselves and their approach to the game. And for Senegal, well done, quality, superb. Mane, I'm sorry, like you're off penalties, bro. You're fully off of penalties. Um, so let me pull this boy up. Let me pull this boy up. There he is. Um, bear with me. Oh, that's okay. Bro. So apparently, delete to Juve is still not yet fully confirmed. These dudes told me that this guy would sign it on Monday. That's why I got told. Juventus told me, yo, Gallo, Robert Gallo in the flipping there. I thought your boys were going to sign this guy on Monday. What happened to that? What happened there? Because now I'm not hearing. See, Juve said that they are confident they're going to be able to close down the signing. That's what they said, that they are confident. But they are yet to close away this flipping signing. And now I'm hearing that apparently Barcelona are now coming in to try and steal this guy away. I remember what I said about this whole delete thing. I gave him kudos. I gave him all the kudos in the world for what he was able to do with regards to how well he played for Ajax. But are we now gonna try and forget that this dude was in defense and you allowed Mr. Bald Patch Lucas Moura to score a hat trick in one half? I mean, are we gonna somehow forget that? So he's a good defender. He's not a great defender. And let's be real, does he deserve this amount of attention that we're giving him? You've not done anything. You've not proven anything. And I suppose you could argue, okay, like people would argue that, the whole furor and the excitement about him is that for someone so young, he is so good. So whoever is able to get him, you have perhaps one of the best defenders in the world for the next decade. Because remember, defenders play at their peak up until 33, 34, 35. How old was Cannavaro in the '06 World Cup? I think the guy was like in his 34 or 35 and he won the Ballon d'Or. So the big thing, and I think the big thing about Ligt is he's 19. So if he keeps on improving, you could have a top tier 1 defender for about a decade. That's huge. That is a big deal. That is a big deal. But the question is, how are we supposed to just accept that this guy is going to be the next big thing? Why should we accept it's going to be the next big thing? For what reason? So, as I said again, I mean, Juve have just, if Juve closes out, I think it would be great. It would be a superb signing because remember, Juve and its Italian sides very much like their defenders. So if they close this out, I think Bonucci is getting out of there. I think they're going to sell Bonucci to step off. And, I know, but it depends on Sarri. Is Sarri going to play a back 4 or is he going to keep it as a 3? Because if he plays a back 4, it's going to be Chiellini and Delete. But I'm not sure how used to a back 4 Chiellini is. So, but if he goes to a back 3, it's going to be Chiellini, Delete, and your boy Bonucci. But yeah, I mean, it would be... no, but look, as I said again, look, if Juventus roll up next season and in their ranking and in their ranks, you've got Delete and you've got Pogba, that's a great summer. That's a superb summer. And with that, they become one of the big threats for the Champions League. Because let me remind you, Juve fans, no one cares about you winning the Serie A. No one cares. Serie A is irrelevant. I want a decade. I want Juventus to win Serie A for 10 years in a row because that would just so totally disrespect that league. So just for my narrative And just to laugh my face off, I want them to win 10 consecutive Serie A titles. But on a realistic note, Juventus, you have to win the Champions League. That is the reason why you bought Cristiano. The only reason for Cristiano to be at Juventus is not to win the Serie A title, it's to win the Champions League. So the reason why they're trying to go for Pogba, what they're trying to get for Ligt is who do we need, what players do we need to win this flipping trophy? Whether they'll do it or not, I don't know. Um, can Juve beat this Liverpool side? I don't know. That'll be an interesting game. I don't know whether Juve. I'm not sure that you full strength. I'm not sure that Juve can beat that Liverpool side. I think it'll be a great game. I think if it's played over 2 legs, I think it'll be a great game. But they may have to come through them because Liverpool, as I remind people, Klopp has found his ultimate team, and Liverpool are going to be a strong threat. And I would put smart money is on Liverpool and Juventus. I think the smart money are on those two teams because I think that's if you, so now that's the main thing. Now, if Juventus close Pogba and Ligt, I think my two front runners of the Champions League are Juventus and Liverpool, and slightly below there, you may say Real Madrid. Until Barcelona gets serious with something, I can't put Barcelona in the conversation. And also, I don't know where Messi's mind is at. I think after the whole Copa America, the whole Copa America debacle, I think Messi might be a bit mentally disturbed. And I think if there is a third place playoff, I think Argentina should scrap it. But if there is a third place playoff, I think. And Argentina lose to Chile, Messi's going to check into rehab. He'll check into rehab, 100%. He won't be able to mentally take that kind of psychological torture. It would 100% ruin him, for sure. So, putting that to one side. So yeah, look. Those are the ones that I am rolling with there. Barcelona have not done anything for me to call them front runners for it now. You can't just say let Messi ride us through individually. Cannibal is trash. Coutinho has been trash for Barca. It's been good for Brazil. It's been trash for Barca. So and you want to sell the ooze. So Barca are not serious, and PK is still in defense. Like once Barca get real, replace PK, replace Cannibal, replace Coutinho. Give Messi some help, then we can talk about you perhaps trying to win the championship. Unless you don't do those things, you're not in the conversation. Real Madrid are making moves. They're trying to get Pogba. They've gotten Jovic. They've gotten Zad. Your boy Vinicius is pulling through. Zidane coming in with a whole new flex. But let me just before I go to Griezmann. If Zidane wins the Champions League next season, he might have to be viewed as omnipotent. Like, if Zidane wins the Champions League on his return season back, so he would have won 4 Champions Leagues in a row. Someone needs to check his DNA. I refuse to believe that that Real Madrid are going to win it. I just have to put them in as favorites just to be cool, but no. Like, if Zidane does that, then, bro, he has to, like, they have to build, like, basically, they have to, if Zidane wins the Champions League next season with Real Madrid, 4 Champions Leagues in a row as manager, they have to change the Champions League logo to Zidane. They have to. They'd have to change that Champions League flipping logo to Zizou Zidane. So, let's talk about Griezmann. So, what's this that we're hearing about Griezmann? So, apparently Griezmann has no club. So, let me get it straight. Griezmann agreed personal terms with Barcelona in March without Atletico knowing. But Barcelona didn't actually place an official bid for him until July 1st when they knew that his fee was going to go down. And because they've done that, Atletico are now pissed off. So we now have a situation where Atletico may be unwilling to sell because they're pissed off by Barca's tactics. So could we have a scenario where come this summer Griezmann doesn't have a club? That's a sticky situation because if Atletico don't accept like literally if Atletico don't accept the transfer fee, it doesn't matter whether they've accredited personal terms. If they don't accept the transfer fee, then he's screwed. Then Griezmann is screwed. But for Barca, you see, remember Barca have always been very tricky with how they've approached players and how they've tapped up players. So Barca have to be very, very careful with how they play this because Barca need Griezmann. Like, remember what I said about, like, if Barca have Griezmann, cool. You're coming out. He's still not enough. But he's a very, very key player to have. So let's just keep, would Atletico just completely, totally refuse to sell him? I mean, would they be able to do that? So would Atletico just be like, okay, we're not going to keep a hold of him and not sell him? So guys, yeah. So if it's a release clause, there's nothing Atletico can do. So you're saying that, so Barca have now triggered the release clause. That's what you're saying. So if they've triggered the release clause, that means there's nothing that Atletico can do. If you're saying, shout out to your boy Chris Offerdale for $4.99 super chats. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Much obliged. Chris Offerdale, thank you for supporting your boy Halffolk. Thank you for supporting the Football Host. Thank you for supporting the number one football analytical site that's out there. Okay, so basically, so if they've triggered the release clause, then then I don't know what else can be done. Like then Atletico have to accept it. So I just think that's it. So I think once that happens, then I think there's nothing that thinking can do. But let's be real. Even if Barcelona gets Griezmann is not enough for Barcelona to win the Champions League. And Barcelona really wants to win the Champions League. But okay, guys, let me be real. If Messi wins another Champions League, what does that change? So I get that he was desperate to win the Champions League last season and everything based upon the disappointment of the World Cup. But if you've won it how many times? 3 or 4 times now. So does he really care about the records? Because now that's why Messi is now in a very particular place now. You've won everything club-wise. So the only thing left is you're just adding to your legacy. You're just adding to your trophy haul. So when you look back, like, wow, it's amazing. But this is the painful reality here. Messi, I still say you're the greatest club football player of all time. The thing that you need to achieve is international. I don't know how it will change anything for you to win the Champions League. Let me be real with you. With the way I see teams developing, a strong argument can be said that I don't think Barcelona will ever win the Champions League. Because let's be real, I don't think Messi is ever winning a Champions League without Xavi or Iniesta. I think Xavi or Iniesta were necessary for him to win a Champions League. I think without those two, I don't think I don't think he'll ever be able to do it again. And also, Liverpool are getting stronger. Man City are getting stronger. Real Madrid are redeveloping. We don't even know what Bayern Munich are going to do. Arsenal are Look. I had to just read it. Like okay, that was cheap. That was cheap. I just wanted to throw it in there. So that's my thing. I was like, look, what else is it going to do? So let's see what's going up in this chat room right now. Let's see what you boys are saying, man. So yeah, so what? So La Masia are not producing any players now. No, La Masia always produces guys, and also I don't think the Galacticos setup is going to work for Barca. I think that would be wrong. But let's be real. Everybody puts a lot of the blame on Valverde. Is Valverde really the issue? Or is it more so the changing of culture that Barcelona have? That's what I'm saying. Is it the issue or is it just the changing of culture that Barca have? Because you never know. Side notes. It would... Chelsea shouldn't, but it would be funny if Chelsea do beat Liverpool in the Super Cup. Another extra side note. I'll relate it to the chat. Who believes that Lampard deserves to be the manager of Chelsea? Who believes that he deserves that job and that role? Just a question I'm throwing out there. Who believes that he deserves to be the manager of Chelsea? Super chats here from Ogopa. Yo. What up? Imagine the Oos plus Koulibaly to Anfield. That would be superb. That would be superb. I don't think that Liverpool need Koulibaly, Mr. Ogopa, because I think Gomez is going to develop to be one of the best defenders in the world. I think you've already got one of the best defenders in the world in Van Dijk. I think Matip has actually improved. So in Van Dijk, Matip, and Koulibaly, you have three quality central defenders. Liverpool do not need Koulibaly. The Oos would be a superb acquisition by Liverpool, because if you have the Oos, I believe that is a player who needs the right coach. I don't think Valverde improves players. Valverde is a good manager. I don't think he improves players. Klopp improves players. Klopp is a good coach. Remember, they are good managers and they're good coaches. I think Valverde is a pretty good manager. I don't think he's a great coach. Klopp is now developing to become a really good manager, and he's a great coach. If you put the Oos who can play on the left or the right, that makes Liverpool far more dynamic. That makes Liverpool far more dynamic, and that makes them far more interesting. So, but remember, the Oos will not displace either Salah or Mane. But what it is a great option. It's a great option on the bench. And for instance, what if you say, okay, based Salah's done walking out wide, let's put Salah as a striker. Oos come onto the right, Mane, you go left, because I just think that especially with the way that Liverpool play, and especially when Liverpool really attack, especially at Anfield, you've got a player who can go right, who can go left, who can cross the ball well. I think the Oos would be quality. An amazing signing for Liverpool. But the key thing why I think is because Klopp would develop him. I believe in the Oos. Haters, keep hating. I told you, man, I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this thing for a long time. I know when I see a really good player. Valverde does not know how to develop it. So look at the Oos is still young, still raw, and he's still managed to get G's, and he's not even been properly developed. So if he now goes to Liverpool, where Klopp focuses on developing young players, focuses on improving players, and remember, the Oos is an attack-minded player. Valverde is not an attack-minded coach. So that system would work. And also, the Oos doesn't have to be Messi's bitch. Okay. When he goes to Liverpool, it's free reign. Let's ride. Let's go. So that's my view over there. Another super chat. So Ogopa says, Barca always does transfer manipulation. Bro, Barca play dirty, man. Barca do play dirty. And 2009. Who's that? What? 2009. Bro, It's a disgrace. So, such a boys Barca do. Thank you for that, Okapa. So, Connor Nunn says, if Mane or Salah win Afcon, one of them will win the Ballon d'Or. Connor, let me reiterate myself simply. Van Dijk, as of right now, is the Ballon d'Or winner. As of right now, if the Ballon d'Or was announced, Van Dijk is the 2020 winner of the Ballon d'Or. As of right now. Because Messi disqualified himself after he got beat by Brazil. If Salah wins the Afcon, Salah wins the Ballon d'Or. That's just how it works. I'm sorry. The narrative is too great. He's too iconic. His brand is too big. If Senegal and Mane win the Ballon d'Or, I still feel they'll give it to Van Dijk. I don't see them giving it to Mane. I think even if Senegal were to win it, I don't see them giving it to Mane. I still think they'll give it to Van Dijk. Because they'll still say, nah man, Mane's brand is not that big. His brand ain't that big. So I still think they'll still give it to flipping Van Dijk. But I think, that's so that's how it goes. If Salah wins it, like, it's, guys, remember, this is about marketing and how well can you sell a story. Salah, Egyptian, winning it in Egypt and so forth. Come on, it'd be too much. Super chat here from Chris Offerdale. So Chris Offerdale says, thank you very much for the super chats, Mr. Chris Offerdale. So Chris says, what do you think about Mane saying he will give up his Champions League medal just to win the Afcon trophy with Senegal? Can we talk real? Chris, I'm so happy you actually said that, because this is something that I wanted to say and something that I wanted to mention. There's a difference between club loyalty and international loyalty. Let's say I play for Liverpool. I kiss the badge. I love Liverpool. Liverpool till I die. Liverpool always. I love this club. Liverpool is everything. I kiss the badge. I say I love Liverpool. I will die for this club. I'll do anything for this club. And then Barcelona come and buy me, and then I now go to Barcelona. And when I'm at Barcelona, I love Barca. I love them. I love Barca. And then Bayern Munich now come and buy me, and I go to Bayern Munich. I love Bayern Munich. I love Bayern. I love Bayern. And that's something that's Pele actually said. Pele said that that's the thing about club football is that you kiss the badge of a team one day, next day you're kissing the badge of another team. So of course the club within itself has its history and will stay the same, but players come and leave the club all the time. Very few players will stay at the club forever. 99% of players aren't Totti, aren't Gerrard. They're just not. So it's just not the way of things. Because in club football, people keep hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping. That's just what guys do. But the moment you play one game internationally, that is your team for life. You can't change. So once you kiss that badge, for whatever country you are from your first senior game, that is your team for life. So when Mane says this, is that, of course Mane loves Liverpool. Liverpool pays his wages. Liverpool has given so much. They've given him so much love. They've developed him as a player. They've increased his brand. They've increased him as a football player. So he loves Liverpool. He wasn't born in Liverpool. He didn't grow up in Liverpool. His family isn't from Liverpool. His identity, his roots, his upbringing, the things that he has learned in his core isn't from Liverpool or from Southampton. It's from Senegal. So by him saying that, it's not to demean or insult Liverpool. Of course he appreciates the Champions League. Everyone wants to win the Champions League. The Champions League is the biggest club trophy in the world. It's the biggest club trophy in the world. So it is a huge, huge thing to win. But to win for your country, that is just it's different. It's different. You know, it's more special. It is more special because first of all, it means so much to those people there because for those people, especially in places like Senegal, it is has greater meaning based on the dynamics and the complexity and the difficulties of those in that country. So, of course, he will say to me, remember, Senegal have never won the Nations Cup before. So, if they were to win it, it would be even extra special if he was able to lead them to it. But, alas, that's not going to happen because Senegal are not winning the Afcon. So, Mane has to settle for winning more trophies with Liverpool. Thank you for that. So from your boy Ogopa, he says, so Ogopa says, is Messi considered an international class A break? I think Messi would be a class B break internationally. I wouldn't call him class A because I think he has done some things. He has shown up in particular games for Argentina, and sometimes it's not really been only his fault. Sometimes it's not only been his fault. Sometimes it's been the fault of others. But I think when all is said and done, he has to be regarded as an international break. As harsh as that may sound, it has to be. He has to be regarded as an international break because to fail so much for Argentina, I mean, come on, bro. So what's I going to say? So look, man. Now, guys, look. I meant nothing personal with my video on Neymar. Okay, can I be real with you? I have nothing personally against Neymar. Nothing at all. Nothing at all against Neymar. But I was very, very angry when Neymar got injured and left Mbappe by himself. I was pissed off because I needed the narrative of Mbappe leading PSG to a Champions League win. I needed that narrative. World Cup win. And the whole point was Neymar and Mbappe coming together to lead PSG to a CL. To lead them to a CL. So when he got injured, I got really angry. And I think that anger still stays with me. And when I just see him, I'm like, of what use are you? Of what use are you? Because you were on the cusp of greatness, which is why I keep saying that should he have left Barcelona? Should he have left Barcelona? Because if Neymar was still with Barcelona, I think Barca win another CL. Like, okay, let's say Neymar never left Barcelona. So they won in 2015. 2016, I think, that was beaten by Atletico. 2017, got beaten by Juventus. 2018, I think Real Madrid were too strong. Actually, no. They were. Would Barca have won in 2018? Or where I think Real Madrid were too strong then. I think Real Madrid were too strong then. No. They were too strong then. Very interesting. There was actually a very interesting tweet. So that you guys, I think they named all of the great Champions League squads, like the Real Madrid 2017, the Real Madrid is the Zidane squad, Inter Mourinho, what's it called? Flipping the Bayern. I think they mentioned the Bayern side, the United side. They said which side, if all these great Champions League teams played each other twice, who would win? And I said Inter Milan, Mourinho. Mourinho with that Inter Milan side over 2 legs was dynamite. Dynamite. Shout out to the Bayern side. But the Barcelona side were only great at the Camp Nou. Not away from home. Only at the Camp Nou were they awesome. Away from home, I don't really know. Bayern Munich, dangerous. The Bayern side were dangerous. The Real Madrid side were awesome away from home. Not so good at home, but they were awesome away from home. The Inter Milan side, under Mourinho, they knew how to do tactically both at home and away. So both at home and away, they knew what to flip and do. So that's why, like that Mourinho Inter side, you don't mess with them. So I'll go up again with the super chat. He says, if Pep doesn't win the Champions League with City, is he a brick? No, Ogopa, I wouldn't call Pep a brick, but I will say that Pep, we have to sort of rethink how we view Pep as a great. Because I think if Pep is unable to win a Champions League either with Bayern Munich or with Man City, you can't tell me Pep is a better manager than Mourinho. You can't. Until Pep wins the Champions League with two different sides, and until he wins the Champions League without Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta, you can't tell me that Pep is better than Mourinho. You can't. Mourinho has won it with two different sides. That, for me, shows a level of management that is better than Pep. And this is what I always say. You can't spend that amount of money and not win a CL. That's too much money to spend and not win a CL. Sorry. From Adaj3, thank you for the super chat, bro. From Adaj3, with the billions of dollars, with billions of dollars, could I help the Super Eagles win? No. Do you know why you can't, Adaj? Because Adaj, if you had all that money, somehow that money is going to be used the wrong way. The issue with the Super Eagles isn't money; it's a structural thing. It's a management thing. Okay, if the structure and the management is rotten and it's wrong, then I'm afraid these guys are screwed. Guys, it's been swell. That's all from me. I hope that you guys give all of your hopes and good vibes to the Super Eagles as they face Cameroon in Saturday's game. And I think Egypt are going to slice and dice their way past South Africa. I think that's one is a foregone conclusion. So the Nigeria-Cameroon, huge West African derby, huge one. And Cameroon actually have a very good record against Nigeria. They have a very good record against them. But let's just see how that goes. Guys, it's been swell. It's been beautiful. I love you guys. Have a great time. I wish you good health. I wish your family good health. And I wish you guys, well, I will see you guys tomorrow for another live show. Peace out.